Welcome to a world far removed from Western ideas of dating, romance, and marriage. Deep in the heart of Southeast Asia lies a region where customs surrounding love and matrimony challenge everything you thought you knew. Today we journey to rural Laos, a country known for its serene landscapes, ancient traditions, and a centuries-old practice that continues to spark debate across cultural lines: the bride price, or as some controversially call it, buying a wife. But is this truly a transaction of ownership, or is it something far more complex? Let's dive in. Laos, a landlocked country nestled between Thailand, Vietnam, Cambodia, and China, is home to a rich tapestry of ethnic groups. Among them, the Hmong people and various hill tribes maintain age-old customs, many of which revolve around marriage. Central to these customs is the bride price, a symbolic gesture made by the groom's family to the brides. Now, in some of these communities, this bride price can be astonishingly low by Western standards, sometimes the equivalent of just $35 USD. But don't let the number fool you. This isn't about buying a person. It's about a ritual of respect, a traditional form of engagement that acknowledges the family's role in a marriage and helps to establish bonds between households. The $35 figure, often presented in local currency, kip, is not a fixed price for a human being. Rather, it's a starting point for negotiations, or a token payment made when both families understand the couple is deeply in love but lack financial means. In wealthier families or in more formal marriages, the price can rise dramatically, into the hundreds or even thousands of dollars, often including livestock, textiles, and ceremonial gifts. To fully understand this practice, we must explore the cultural context. In rural Lao society, marriage is seen as a communal event, not just a private relationship between two individuals. When a man wishes to marry, his family sends a delegation, usually male elders, to negotiate with the bride's family. These negotiations can last hours or even days. The goal? To agree on terms that honor the bride, respect tradition, and maintain social harmony. The bride price is not meant to purchase a woman like property. Instead, it is seen as compensation for the bride's family, for the loss of her labor, for the raising of their daughter, and as a sign of gratitude. Once paid, it also serves to strengthen ties between families and symbolize a commitment to the woman's well-being. Still, the language around buying a wife understandably raises eyebrows. Critics argue that such customs perpetuate patriarchal control and can enable coercive dynamics, especially if the woman's consent is overlooked. Human rights organizations have voiced concern when traditional practices are abused or when economic hardship pressures families into unwanted arrangements. In rare but real cases, the bride price has been linked to child marriage or trafficking, particularly in border regions near China or Vietnam, where demand for brides has skyrocketed due to demographic imbalances. But painting all bride price customs with the same brush would be an oversimplification. In many Lao communities, women have strong social influence. They often retain control over family finances, and in matrilineal tribes like the Lao Lum, the husband moves into the wife's family home after marriage. Marriage may even be initiated by the woman herself, and elopement, while controversial, remains a viable option for couples who reject tradition. So where does the $35 come in? It typically emerges in informal, love-based unions among young couples who either can't afford a traditional ceremony or choose to modernize the practice. In some cases, the token payment is more symbolic than financial, meant to show that the groom respects tradition, even if he and his partner are charting their own course. In villages where globalization is creeping in, via smartphones, social media, and tourism, attitudes toward love and marriage are changing. Young people are questioning the need for bride prices at all. But even as customs evolve, they are rarely discarded completely. Instead, they're adapted, often blending ancient practices with modern values. One couple we met, Somchai and Mai, married after 2 years of dating. He offered her family about 300,000 kip, roughly $35, not because he was buying her, but because her parents insisted on maintaining cultural tradition in some small way. For them, it was a formality, not a transaction. Today, they live in Vientiane, the capital city, running a small cafe. They laugh at the notion that Somchai purchased Mai, but they still proudly display the ceremonial receipt from the wedding. And that brings us back to a central question: can love and tradition coexist? In Laos, the answer is often yes. Here, relationships are still shaped by family, ritual, and respect. While the concept of paying for a bride may seem archaic to some, for many, it's simply a bridge between families, a cultural rite that binds generations and celebrates commitment. So next time you hear about a country where you can buy a wife for $35, remember, it's not about ownership. It's about honoring tradition, recognizing value, and navigating the delicate line between modern romance and ancestral custom. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this look into Lao culture, give the video a thumbs up, subscribe for more eye-opening travel documentaries, and let us know in the comments, what marriage custom surprised you the most? Laos is home to a vibrant mosaic of ethnic communities, including the Hmong, Kamu, and various hill tribes, each with their own distinct customs. Within many of these groups, marriage is not just a union between two individuals. It's a communal event, a familial alliance, and a carefully negotiated agreement. The bride price is central to this process. Contrary to the assumptions that often surround it, this payment is not about ownership. Rather, it's a symbolic gesture, a respectful offering made by the groom's family to acknowledge the bride's family's role in raising her and to formalize the bond between two households. In poorer communities, this price might be modest, equivalent to $35, a sum more symbolic than substantial. Yet in wealthier families, it can rise significantly, sometimes including livestock, textiles, or ceremonial offerings. What matters most is the cultural meaning, not the monetary value. This tradition, though controversial to some, serves to strengthen family ties, honor the woman's worth, and preserve social harmony. While it's essential to be critical of when or how such customs are misused, it's equally important to understand them within their broader context.